Well, it's nice to be here in Egypt. And frankly, I never thought I'd say that. Well, what do you know?
From Shryock Auditorium at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, Illinois, it's Michael Feldman's What Do You Know from PRI, Public Radio International. That's John Tulene on piano, Jeff Eccles on bass, Dave Bayless on drums, and I'm Jim Packard. In this hour of What Do You Know, former Senator Paul Simon, special musical guest Liesl Schoenberger, and the What Do You Know quiz. Support for What Do You Know comes from Public Radio International affiliate stations and the Public Radio International Program Fund. Support also provided by Boca Burger, the meatless burger for people who love the taste of meat. Available in 3 varieties, Chef Max's favorite, vegan original, and a hint of fresh garlic at grocery and health food stores nationwide. Boca Burger, you won't believe it's meatless. Additional support provided by Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, where you'll find Paul Simon's Public Policy Institute, students from over 100 countries, and dedicated visionary faculty at www.siu.edu. Now, the man who says, "Take me to your pharaoh," Michael Feldman.
Thank you very much. You know, only in America could a Jewish boy get this kind of reaction from a bunch of Egyptians. Really, it's kind of... Thank you very much. Very kind of you. And hi and welcome to everything south of Highway 50. In this kind of dividing line in Illinois. This is Southern Illinois now. It's a different kind of thing. The Egypt thing is kind of, you know, no one knows really why this is called Egypt or Little Egypt. There's some confusion if it's the mounds that the Indians left behind, the Mississippi Indians, that culture, or whether some Jewish guy from Chicago came down here and thought it was a hostile crowd or something, said, boy, a bunch of Egyptians down there. But it's certainly not the reaction I'm getting, I must say, so I feel pretty good about it. But, so if this is Egypt, though, then I guess Murfreesboro would be the West Bank. And Makanda would be Gaza, as far as I understand it. Senator Simon is from there. We'll find out about that. And, but I can't find Israel. That's the only thing that's upsetting me right now. We got all the Middle East is here except for Israel. Okay. But I say if the other Egypt had had the Illinois Central running through it instead of the Suez Canal, they might pronounce it Cairo too. You know. And actually, I feel like we have a lot in common because Southern Illinois and Wisconsin both have the same fear and loathing of Chicago. You know, you guys are on the other side of it, but you know, driving their fancy BMWs and Saab turbos at high rates of speed through your fields, scattering the chickens and what have you. The dogs yapping at their fancy magnesium alloy wheels as they're heading south. They just go north. That's the only difference. They go north through us. They go south through you. That's the only difference I can see. And actually, you're captured there between 2 large celestial bodies. You got Chicago up there, and you got St. Louis over here. So it's kind of like somewhere around, well, I don't know, Centralia. Sammy Sosa meets Mark McGuire head on, and they're... No, you could plot this on a map, you know, Cubs fans where they run into the Cardinals fan, and it's a bloody relationship. This is worse. Forget the North and the South, you know, this is bad stuff. So right now, it's a pretty exciting time to be here. How many? Oh, let's just see how many are Cubs fans, just out of curiosity. I didn't say how many of you are not Cubs fans, so give me a break. I'm going to get, how many of you are Cardinals fans? So I guess that's mostly Cubs fans then. I guess you got to move a little further north to get a better balance on that, but pretty much Cardinal fans down here. And how's he? What's he up to now? 66. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so, and of course, Carbondale, home of Southern Illinois, the Salukis. And what is a Saluki? What is a Saluki? Where's your banner now, sir? I mentioned the Salukis. That's when you unfurl your banner. They took your banner? Unbelievable. Well, this is the same guy who caught that ball by Mark McGuire. That should have been his 66th home run. Well, that's pretty, yeah, the Salukis. And people want to know what a Saluki is. Actually comes from trying to pronounce your name after partying all night. First thing you say to the audience, the officer is, what's your name? He says, Saluki. You know, that's a common... Or it could be something else. I don't know. They took his banner down, so I don't know. Southern Illinois, of course, does have some, and some would say undeserved reputation as a party school. I don't know if you heard this. Have you heard that? Oh, you haven't heard that? Okay, I'll be the first to tell you. Well, you know, John Belushi went here, you know, and Jenny McCarthy and the Menendez brothers, you know, kind of party till you drop kind of crowd, you know, that's... But actually, I looked it up in the college guide, and it would say, and I was reassured. It said in the college guide, it said, academics have priority during the week, but students report that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights are reserved for partying. So Monday and Tuesday is academics. That makes sense to me. That's about the right ratio. And another thing is that it's a beautiful campus, actually, but I couldn't find Old Main. You know, I had a class there, and I couldn't... Just a bunch of flowers and rocks now where Old Main used to be. That's disturbing. And the campus is almost as large as the city. Actually, the campus is about, what, 23,000. The city's about 26 or so thousand, Carbondale. And actually, Carbondale is the first place I've been that lists a daytime and a nighttime population. Honestly, they say daytime population. They even have population reports. You know, tonight the population will fall into the upper 20s. Tomorrow, look for a high of about 49,000. I don't know where Salukis go at night, you know, and they can't seem to remember either, you know, so apparently campus leaves or something. I don't know where they go. They go to Marion or something, or they have to report back. I have no idea what the... And the name thing, I think I'm working on the name thing, but I don't really have enough time. I got Cairo, and I got Vienna, Bo Cup. Huh? Buck Up? Oh, you got me on that one, man. I mean, I've had buck-ups before, but now I'm... Buck-up. See, I wouldn't have got that. Du Bois? Yeah, okay, stop me if I get one right. Illinois? Did you say Illinois? And why do you say Du Bois, and why don't you say Illinois? Aren't you being a little arbitrary about what you pronounce and what you don't pronounce? Virginis? Virginis? Virginius? Virginis. Virgin S. Virgins. Virgins. And of course, DuQuoin? DuQuoin? I got one. It's your towns, you know, you can say them any way you want. I want you to know that. But when you go to France, they must really think you're nuts. And I know there's a Bible thing. A lot of towns name Bible names, but is there a Lick Creek in the Bible? I don't know. Is there a Mulkey town in the Bible? I don't think so. A Winkle? I don't know. I look maybe in the New Testament and not in the Old Testament. There's no Winkle that I know of. And Dongola? Dongola. Oh, that's pretty tough. Dongola. Anyone here from Redbud? I was going to say hi, but I guess not. Okay. All right. And, of course, Route 50 is that demilitarized zone that divides the whole two. So it actually goes right through Lebanon, right? Or you say Lebanon? Lebanon? Oh, you pronounce the whole thing, unlike in Pennsylvania. This is very confusing, depending upon where you are. Anyone here? I mean, it must divide entire families, and some of you must be slightly north of Highway 50, some of you slightly south, and that makes a real difference, I know. So it's an important thing. Of course, the beautiful Shawnee National Forest surrounds the place. Gorgeous resource. Beautiful. Did you know there are more kinds of trees in the Shawnee National Forest than there are in Europe? Huh? In all of Europe, right. Although it's impossible to find a bidet, actually, in the Shawnee National Forest. That's the only difference. Unless you call a one-holer a bidet, you know, it's a different problem. Over 20 kinds of orchids are found naturally in the Shawnee. They have 60% of all reptile types. Well, 70 since they caught that gator the other day. And 72% of all fishes, all types of fishes are found there, and a whopping 85% of all vertebrates are in the Shawnee National Forest. So if it's a vertebrate you're looking for, look no further. Invertebrates, you have to go up to Springfield to the State House for those. That's all the news that is, and thank you very much. Great to be here. Would you welcome our first guest, the man you know as Senator. We call him Senator Paul Simon, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Simon. Have you here. Senator Paul Simon. Senator Simon, I have to ask, you can sit down now. You didn't stand for me, I noticed that, but that's okay. Now, by wearing that tie, are you sending a signal to someone?
Well, I thought it'd look good on radio.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does look very good. Very, very natty. How many ties would you say you own in your collection?
Oh, I probably own 50. I give them away for auctions for hospital benefits and
right.
NPR benefits and things like that.
And a lot of those have been given to you.
And occasionally I get, and sometimes I've been given wooden bow ties, fur bow ties, rubber bow ties.
And it's not always possible to say where those ties came from.
I don't think I should mention that here. Yeah.
So it's not inconceivable they might come from a congressional intern or something along those lines? Do you miss the Senate? Do you miss the...
Well, I miss my friends. I enjoyed the Senate. I didn't leave because I didn't like it. I enjoyed that, but I'm enjoying teaching here at Southern Illinois University and doing a lot of volunteer things.
Yeah. Are you sort of relieved not to be in the midst of everything that's going on now?
Well, it is a sad experience for the nation.
Yeah.
Sad for the president and his family, sad for all of us.
Mm-hmm. And do you regret at all running for president? I mean, like you might have won, and you could be. I don't think you'd be in the same situation he is, but.
It was a great experience. You have a very good memory if you can remember that, Michael. You get to know the country and to learn its strengths and its weaknesses. It was a marvelous experience.
But I read somewhere where you said running for president, you got to do. You have to be shallow. You have to do sound bites. You have to have a good grasp of a lot of insignificant things and make basically a good appearance. And didn't you say something along those lines? I'm paraphrasing you now.
Yes. And some of those things I have, the shallowness I have.
No, you have.
Of those.
I mean, you have too much depth and intellect and character to be president, don't you think? Doesn't that eliminate you?
I'm afraid that's a generous analysis, but
let's see you deny it now.
No, we've had some great people as president over the years, and we came very close to winning in Iowa and almost did it.
History might have been different.
Pardon?
History might have been different at that point.
History would have been different, but that's past, and I'm not one to look back and say, oh, I wish I'd done this or I wish I'd done that. Same one on votes in the Senate. I tried to struggle to do what was right, and once it was over, and I slept well at night.
Yeah. Now you live in Makanda.
Makanda.
Yeah.
You even pronounce it correctly.
I did. I'm really trying hard because they jump all over if you don't. Yeah.
And incidentally, I noticed there was someone here from Oblong.
From Oblong, this gentleman here is Oblong.
One little minutia of Illinois history. That was founded by a man named Henry Peck, and the town was called Henpeck for a long time.
Oh, yeah, really? And that's good, too.
People made so much fun of it that they had a referendum to change the name, and the name that won was Oblong.
Yeah.
And of course, people have been making fun of it since. And the Bloomington Pantograph allegedly had a story. I don't know that this is true. There's a town right next to Bloomington called Normal, Illinois, and it was the oblong man to wed normal girl.
Tell me, I mentioned it briefly in my monologue, such as it was, about Southern Illinois and it being a distinct region of the country. It's almost unique. It's not quite southern, it's not northern, and it's not quite part of Illinois in the usual sense. It's almost an autonomous region. What is it about Southern Illinois?
It is obviously part of Illinois, but it is really southern.
Yeah.
Where we're meeting right now, we're 157 miles from the Mississippi border. We're south of Richmond. We're south of Louisville. We're 330 miles from Chicago, and if you go to Mary Lou's here, you can get grits.
Been there.
You can, and I have to add, in the days of the past, we had the bad things. Segregation in schools was here. In Carbondale, the one movie theater in the old days, African Americans had to sit upstairs, whites downstairs. Murfreesboro, you mentioned, one theater didn't permit blacks to get in there. The other one had the upstairs, downstairs arrangement. So we have the good things of the South and have had some of the bad things, but we're a great region with a lot of marvelous people, talented people who need just a little more economic opportunity.
Yeah. Now, I know something about you. I know that you were voted the prettiest baby in Eugene, Oregon in 1932.
I think my mother was the only one who cast the vote on that.
Well, my mother voted against me, so you're actually lucky. Yeah. So you're from Eugene then?
I was born in Eugene,
Yeah.
grew up there. I did not stress that a great deal when I was a candidate.
Yeah,
here.
right.
No,
It doesn't play well here. But when did you...
I notice that you have wine for yourself, but you don't serve wine for your guests.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, would you like the rest of mine? I really shouldn't have it. We're doing a wine tasting with some of these local wines. Illinois wines are very good.
Illinois is a great wine state,
Yeah.
and our neighboring state of Missouri is a great wine state too.
Yeah. So did you go from Oregon to Illinois?
I came. My father was a Lutheran minister, and when I was 16, I came out here.
And where'd you settle?
And then we settled in Troy, which is north of Highway 50.
North of
Yeah.
And did you consider being a minister yourself? I mean, was there a lot
At
of...
one point, just two of us in the family. My brother
Yeah.
is a minister.
Yeah.
But there's no question that growing up in Oregon helped to shape my life. I had one particular experience that made a difference. My parents were active in what we then called race relations. We would call civil rights today. And February of 1942, the President of the United States ordered 120,000 Japanese Americans, said you have 1 to 3 days to sell all your property, put everything you have into one suitcase, and we're going to take you off to camps. Not one of them had committed a crime. And my father stood up and said, this is wrong. And you have to understand the patriotic fervor of the time. We were in this war with the Japanese. And we got the hate phone calls, and I was 13. My friends made fun of me. I was embarrassed. At that point, I wished my father hadn't done it. But now I look back on my father's life. It's one of the things I'm proudest of him for. And it was a great lesson to me. If you believe something, stand up. Now I look back and I wonder, where were all the other people who should have stood up for the rights of their fellow men?
And speaking of where are all the other people, is it a lonely job being a liberal in Illinois? It's not a popular thing. I mean, it's almost a pejorative in recent years.
Well, first of all, I think we should forget about a lot of the labels.
So you deny it, then? You're not.
But I don't deny it. But you ask people, should we have health care for all Americans?
Yeah.
Overwhelmingly, people believe we ought to have health care for all Americans. So if you forget the labels and you start talking now, and also on the conservative side, should we balance the budget? Should we look long-term to make sure Social Security is taken care of? People want that too.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have to do is look at the issues, and one of the sad things about what is dividing the nation right now is it's divided really for no purpose. If we were divided because we were having a great debate on national health care or education or something else, that would be a great thing for the country.
Yeah.
This is not a great thing.
Yeah. As the I forgot to allow for applause. You're still on the stump, aren't you? Are you running for office again, or what's going on?
Well, I applied. I'm trying to get your job
Yeah.
here, Michael, and
Next best thing, really. Of course, constituents call you up in the middle of the night on this job, too, you know. But so has the process been compromised beyond repair now? I mean, when you consider what the country is going through right now, and people get very cynical as a result of it.
No.
I mean, once we get through this thing, assuming that we do with Clinton and all the rest.
We're a very resilient country. Now, there will be scars. You know, there are scars from the Nixon period. There are scars from Vietnam. So you don't recover completely. But when Gerald Ford came in, you know, we moved ahead. So the system does work. What we did have then, and what is lacking right now, and I hope can be achieved, is a bipartisan approach to this. You had Sam Ervin, a Democrat, working with Howard Baker, a Republican. You had Pete Rodino, a Democrat, working with Republicans. So far now, and Henry Hyde is a person who could help achieve that.
I'm sure you know Henry Hyde.
Yeah.
Do you think he will help achieve that?
Pardon?
He seems quite partisan. Do you think he's capable of doing that?
I know. He's a partisan in the same sense that I'm a partisan, but he really asks the question, how can he help the country? And I think he is one of the people we could build upon. But somehow we have to have a bipartisan approach to this. Otherwise, we're just going to divide the country and go through all of this for no purpose.
No. And when you think of Bill Clinton, I mean, a bright man, tremendous command of the issues, kind of a big hope for a lot of people when he first came in. And you think basically squandered. I mean, does the word squandered come to mind when you think of this opportunity? You know, imagine 2 terms. And have it degenerate to this point. It seems like a terrible, just a personal loss for him and for the nation.
There's just no question about it. And though I think if the end result would be, say, censure and a fine, which I think is a possibility, then my hope would be that he would then ask maybe 3 distinguished historians like Arthur Schlesinger, David McCulloch, people like that, and say, what should I do? And then forget the polls. One of the great weaknesses of our government today is that we're taking polls on everything. We're the weather vane. You don't solve problems by taking polls. You look at the problems, ask what is the national need, and then you move on those things.
Right. And also, like Dad used to say, if you have to, you get a room somewhere. You don't. You don't bring your work home with you to the office. People, when I mentioned the other week on the show, Paul Simon, there's like this feeling of, boy, Paul, lead us out of this. To a lot of people, you represent like the last politician with integrity. I think we're down to 1. I know that's not true, but obviously it's not true, but people think.
We have a lot of good people.
It seems we do, but once again, it seems like why aren't they speaking up? Why aren't they? I mean, that would involve being bipartisan, for example. I mean, there are Republicans with integrity. They could rise above partisan politics, and there could be some kind of.
And that's what we need. And it takes a little more courage. And one of the other problems is with the media too. You have to, when you say extreme things, you get attention. If you say sensible things, frequently. That doesn't make the front pages, doesn't make the evening TV news.
But that's because the public wants to hear extreme things. I mean, you got to blame the public too, don't you?
Well, I think you have to blame the public in the sense that the public hasn't taken enough interest. The public cynicism is very high, and unfortunately what we're going through just adds to that.
Mm-hmm. And tell us a little bit about the Public Policy Institute that did you start this here at the university?
I did. The university permitted me to start this, and we pull people together on a variety of issues. We had religious leaders, everyone from Imam Wallace Muhammad to Pat Robertson, looking at the issue of poverty in the religious community.
Did they room together, those two? Or Wallace Muhammad and Pat Robertson? That'd be interesting if they did.
But it's a pretty big, and when we had breaks, for example, the head of the Unitarian Church was here. Well, there was Pat Robertson and the head of the Unitarian Church trying to work out language. It's a great, the president of the Rabbinical Council of America was here as one of the participants. But we just this
Could
week...
they agree on a luncheon menu, or?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the crucial thing.
And incidentally, he contributed a great deal. Jacob Rubenstein is his name. But this week we had a symposium on the whole question of alternative sentencing. We had, we have more people in our prisons per 100,000 than any other country in the world by far. Does this really make sense?
It makes sense in Marion because it's a big employer, so if we could exempt them, it would...
Well, unfortunately, building prisons is a big industry, and now communities clamor to have prisons. But is this really a good use of our resources? Are there alternatives? And we brought together everyone from Joe Hartzler, the prosecutor Timothy McVeigh, to 3 federal judges, to Dan Rostenkowski and Webster Hubble.
Oh, yeah, well, I heard Webb Hubble was here.
Yeah. And so we had a great many perspectives. And I think some concrete things are going to happen as a result.
So you identify issues and you bring together people on those issues?
That is correct. And sometimes someone in the audience got up and said, when a judge sentences someone, look, if you sentence someone to 20 years, the judge ought at the same time say, this is going to cost the taxpayers at $30,000 a year, $600,000. Well, maybe that would force us to evaluate things a little more.
Now, let me ask you something. The future of Paul Simon, is it going to be in academia, or you're still a young man? You're in the height of your vigor?
You're a little nearsighted, Michael.
No, I mean, you look marvelous. He looks very good, doesn't he? I mean, he looks very good. He's fit. Would you consider another run at it?
No, I'm not going to run for office again. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. I want to try and influence some young people to take an interest, and then through the Public Policy Institute here, continue to work on issues that I think are important, where maybe we can contribute, I can contribute.
Deadlock convention, Al Gore doesn't have enough votes, and Gebhardt fails. It goes on for 2 days, 3 days, can't get the votes. Your name is put into play. You're nominated.
How about Michael Feldman as an alternative?
I'd have to decline on the basis of... if we go through my past, it's going to be very interesting, too. Some of the same issues I might have, but I really want to... Senator Simon, I want to thank you so much for being here.
I thank you. We're pleased to have you here.
Senator Paul Simon. Did you see that? Did you see that? When he left the stage, he immediately went to his left. Did you know? Had trouble going to his right. We finally got him off on the right here. Paul Simon.
Old habits die hard.
Yes, they do. Hiya, John.
Hi.
Which habits are you talking about? Any yours or mine or the president's or anybody?
We have no bad habits.
Yeah. Can you imagine having like a Kenneth Starr on your case?
Oh, man.
Now that would be good reading. I'd like to see that, actually.
Mexico would be looking pretty good.
Why don't you introduce our new band member here, John?
Instead of our funky drummer, Class Stubblefield, we have from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Dave Bayless.
Joining us on the Yamaha, John.
And today is George Gershwin's birthday, so we got a little arrangement here, an updated arrangement of one of his tunes called Soon.
Great, and don't forget Jeff Eccles on the stand-up bass, the What Do You Know Trio.
NotMuch.com. You're listening to Michael Feldman's What Do You Know on PRI, Public Radio International.
Very nice little tune there. That was actually Gershwin
Soon.
Soon. Well, you know where that was from originally then?
No, but I'll find out later.
Just a popular song
Yeah.
or part of a probably
Part of a show.
part of a show. Okay.
I can't remember.
Thank you very much, you guys. I'm here in the audience, and hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Good to see you. How you doing? How you doing? Mike Feldman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, who are you?
I'm Howard Wilson.
Howard, are you a Cardinals fan by any?
Absolutely. Last.
Got the shirt here. You got the hat. Ozzie Smith shirt, but that's still good.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the best shortstop they've had or ever will have.
You know, when we came down there, we'd go head south. You don't think you guys are right next to St. Louis, but and you're near. Yeah.
100 miles. Get there.
Kentucky's right over there too.
Boom. 100 miles. You're there.
Kind of confusing. You don't know which way to feel sometimes. You know, you got the bourbon here, you got the Cardinals there, and
Bush beer. Bush beer.
Bush beer. I'm sorry. Yes. What do you do in life as we know it?
I'm a registered nurse.
And where are you working?
I work at CCS, the Center for Comprehensive Services.
Comprehensive Services. All right. And I don't want to put you out on a limb here now, but you want to make any sort of prediction as to this home run competition?
Sosa.
All right, a little shocker.
68.
68 2.
67.
Oh, cool. A squeaker. We'll see if you're a prophet or not. Nice to meet you. Over here. We've got Rachel Widest. Of course, I can't get cities. I can't get names either. Rachel, you want to come down here? It'll be a little easier. Try not to do the feedback. Why don't you stand over here so we don't get totally fed back into these speakers back here. Rachel, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're in Carbondale High School. You are first vice president of the Illinois Association of Student Councils.
Yes, from mainly up in Chicago.
Yeah.
But
So what kind of duties does that entail?
well, we have a conference for every student council high school in Chicago once a year, and we have a couple 8-hour meetings and a lot to do.
Do you think this will lead to a career, a political career? Do you like the idea of wielding power and of working with groups, trying to iron out compromises, that sort of thing?
I don't know about all that.
Oh, then what do you actually do in your job?
Well, I organize the honor delegates, and I get I'm actually sending out the 800 applications to every high school over Illinois. They're going out Monday, and I'll get about 400 back, and I have to go through a point system, and they apply for 6 different positions through me, and I'm organizing the convention.
So it all goes through you, basically.
Part of it, yes.
So you are the clearinghouse for all goodies, and I mean that's what politics is all about. You can bestow favors on people.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you, Rachel. Did you have a question or anything I can answer?
Not really. Well, why are you here so early? I'm a teenager.
That's a good question, actually. It just happens to be when the show runs, 10 to noon. But Rachel, I wish you a lot of luck in your career.
Thank you.
Bill Cronin. Is that right? Cronin? Bean Hill? Where are you? What are you doing over there? Remember who you are. I'll come and see you on the other side. Okay, I'll go over that side next time. I don't think I can get there from here. That's way over there. Unless you can get over here somehow. Okay, Bill. I got your card. I hate to build up the suspense and then it says, I chase buffalo and cattle. What do you chase? We're talking. Where is he? Oh, he went out through the lobby to come around. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
Pomona, Illinois.
Pomona.
I think I'm going by it today on the way to the winery.
Oh, okay, cool. And you have a buffalo herd out there?
No, I don't, but I think somebody wrote this one for me.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Lonesome on Bean Mountain, Arkansas. I chase buffalo and cattle. What do you chase? Do you ever jump?
So this is not your card at all.
This is
nice to meet you anyway. It's been a pleasure. Okay.
Maybe you'll run into mine.
What actually do you do?
I'm a professional scrounge.
Oh. What things do you scrounge?
Whatever I can find. It's laying out on the curb, wherever.
Oh, I see. Okay, and then what do you do with those things?
Sell it, use it, recycle it, whatever.
Okay, but you do not chase buffalo or cattle.
Well, probably if they were in the vicinity, I would.
If they were down buffalo cattle, you could possibly scrounge them.
Yeah, I could probably feed a lot of people with those.
Someone's impersonating you. We're going to find out who, but nice to meet you. Who wrote this card for Bill Croman? Someone here did. Someone over here did. How about Steve Schaffner? Are you really Steve Schaffner? Oh, there is a Steve Schaffner. Let Steve down here, will you? Because otherwise I have to step on your feet. I'll let him do that. This is from Steve Schaffner. Closer to the end than the beginning tour. Steve, you'll have to explain that to me.
Well, it started with my grandfather back in the 20s, and he and a bunch of his buddies would leave their families every year, and they built a raft and floated down the Manistee River for 2 weeks, basically leaving everything else behind. And we kept the process going, and we still do this sort of river trip, and we're leaving next week, going to Wisconsin. And
go upstream to Wisconsin from here?
It's a good paddle. But, we got some strong fellas with us. So.
Do you still build the raft to keep the
No,
tradition alive?
we're into like canoes and kayaks now, but we built a cabin on the river that they used to raft on, and we go there in the summer. And,
So how do you get to Wisconsin by water from here? You have to go up the Mississippi or something?
Yeah. No, but we don't go. We take the boats up, and then we come back on the water.
Oh, okay. That'd be the way I'd go, too. Yeah, all right. So this is, you're escaping every year. How many guys go with you on this?
Well, this year there'll probably be about 12 of us.
Women as well are welcome?
Oh, yeah. The women and children go during the summer, but in the fall it's just the guys.
It's a guy thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of vacant staring at moving water and, no fishing gear, things like that.
No fishing at all?
Basically, we look for the best Bloody Mary, which, by the way, has been found in Wisconsin.
Yeah, really where?
Pickled beans, yeah.
Well, that makes a difference.
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah.
So this is a drunken canoe trip.
Basically.
How many miles do you
Midlife
cover?
crisis type, soul-searching type deal.
Have you lost anybody in any of these trips? I would
No,
think
we find people, actually.
Yes, but I don't think the wives want to hear about that. Well, very nice to meet you, Steve. And what do you do otherwise here? What is a wall specialist?
Oh, wow, that's not me.
Someone is writing fake cards
I'm
for other
actually a
people.
painting contractor here in Carbon.
Oh, that'd be a wall specialist. Did you write this card?
No.
This is pretty bizarre. Well, nice to meet you, whoever you are, Steve. Have a good trip out there. I want to sign on next year, if I can put a motor on mine. We got to make your prediction. Who's going to win the home run? What's your name?
Richard Frolickstein.
Richard, make your prediction in the home run derby.
Hard to say. I think Sosa will win. I'm a big McGuire fan, but right now it just looks like Sosa's going to win.
You do, huh? You want to pick any numbers out for me?
68.
867?
Yeah.
Wow, how about that? And another Cardinal fan, too, with a hat and everything. I don't know what's going on here. Sammy Sosa. We'll see what happens. We're going to play a round of the What Do You Know quiz, a chance for you to win fabulous prizes, simply for being who you are and knowing what you know. Before we can do that, we have to have the 4 disclaimers. Yes, here's your chance. Hope you haven't overstudied this thing. You had maybe too much time to study this.
I don't study.
Oh, good. You don't study. So you go to Southern here?
No, I'm actually a teacher.
Oh, you're a teacher. Okay, say no more. Even better. Your name is?
Jen Ward.
Jen, would you do the honors, please?
Yes, I will. All questions used on What Do You Know have been painstakingly researched, although the answers have not. Ambiguous, misleading, or poorly worded questions are par for the course. Listeners who are sticklers for the truth should get their own shows. I don't care if you are the Saluki dog. Get your paws off me. Persons employed by the International House of Radio or its member stations are lucky to be working at all, let alone tying up the office phones trying to play the quiz. Listeners who have won recently should sit on their hands and let someone else have a chance for a change. All opinions expressed on What Do You Know are well-reasoned and insightful. Needless to say, they are not those of the International House of Radio, its member stations, or lackeys. Anyone who says otherwise is itching for a fight.
Well done. Thank you very much, Jen. Nice to meet you. Let's see the hands of those of you who want to try them at the quiz. Chance for you to win some really fabulous prizes simply for having an education, having life experience. Closer to the end than the beginning. Yes, how about this woman right here? Would you kind of stand up, please? Join me, yes. You are?
Carol Frolickstein.
Carol, you have a son here who just predicted a Sosa win, and he's in serious trouble now in
I know, I'm
town.
going to deal with that later. We practiced in the car all the way over here, and the kid came out with Sosa, for crying out loud.
Sometimes you don't know your own children. You know what I'm saying, Carol? Carol, give me one good reason why you should play this quiz.
Well, because this summer, within a 24-hour period, I lost my wallet, got a flat tire, found termites in my house, and my mother got run over by a horse.
Makes sense to me. This is the logical climax to all that. Come on up there. Ascend the stairway, if you would. Carol, you take that one there. I'll take this one. That's the chair that Senator Simon endowed.
I know. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So you practiced you thought this would all happen to you today, huh? In the car?
Well, we hoped.
Yeah?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Well, besides that, our last name is Frolickstein.
Yeah.
My husband's Jewish.
Yeah.
I'm a Lutheran, so actually in the family we say that we're either Jutheran or Lewish.
Really? Okay, good.
Is that okay to combine religion and state?
Religion and what?
Well, like separating church and state and all like this.
Oh,
being
no,
an
it's fine.
actual
You can have a
public-
religion on this show. You're not
Okay.
required to abandon that. As part
Good.
of or we put that in the 4 disclaimers,
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And besides that, our last name, of course, means happy stone. So,
Happy stone.
Or you're happy when you're stoned, or jolly beer mug. Frolickstein, jolly beer mug. Huh?
It's the Frolicksteins. Ladies and gentlemen, why didn't someone tell me about the Frolicksteins before I got into this? How many Frolicksteins are there frolicking out there right now, Carol?
Well, actually, I have my son Richard, who you met.
Richard, I
briefly.
just met, yeah.
And my husband Trip.
I'll say. Yeah. That's only the beginning. Trip Frolickstein, huh?
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
boy. Is Trip here?
No, he's home with the other one, John Frolickstein.
Okay. So that makes how many Frolicksteins? then? I
4
lost
of
count.
us.
4 Frolicksteins,
Mhm.
okay. And Carol, what do you do in life?
Well, my husband and I have a consulting business.
Consulting business, okay.
And we consult in media relations.
Okay, media relations.
Effective media relations.
For companies trying to spread the word about
You
their
bet.
products or whatever.
Government and associations and companies
I
and
see.
all.
Okay. So that's Frolickstein Inc.?
No, actually, it's called Media Masters. One word.
Ooh, cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Got a website?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised. Okay.
No.
And Carol, when it must be a high pressure kind of job and a lot going on. How do you relax? Are you an outdoor person? You bike? Do you?
I have kids.
You have kids to relax?
Well, come on. You've got to. There's a lot of time to relax,
Yeah.
isn't there? We're just redoing a house, and everybody said, "Aren't you going to put one of those great big bathrooms in there and a big tub and all?" And I said, "When was the last time you spent more than 90 seconds in the bathroom, or let alone with the door closed with
Yeah.
kids?"
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
no, I don't relax.
Usually they're in there with you, and I can't.
course.
I can hardly go to the bathroom anymore. Like,
Cats,
it's-
dogs, kids,
yeah,
always.
yeah.
Sure.
And they're not yours. I mean, that's the thing that's upsetting. See, you're going to the bathroom and notice that the neighbor kid is in there with you. And you think, well, this has probably gone too far.
It's
at this
gotten to the
point.
point where I don't even care.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It really kind of, they all blend together after a while. Carol, great to have you here,
Thanks.
and all the Frolicksteins. And you want to make a prediction in the home run derby just to counteract your sons?
Absolutely, McGuire.
Okay. You know how this quiz works. You collaborate with someone out there. They call this number.
618-453-3036.
3036. And Jim Packard, what does that spell?
That would spell mit glee, not do.
Yeah. I'd just go with the numbers, I guess, this time.
I guess so.
618-453-3036.
That's right.
Number to call. Here's the question you can answer. His wife said that the worst thing about them, this is from something she learned in school here. His wife said that the worst thing about them was trying to hang pictures. What technological marvel of a former Carbondale resident was she referring to? The worst thing about them was trying to hang pictures. What technological marvel of a former Carbondale resident was she referring to? Someone who lived here in Carbondale and it was hard to hang pictures. I'm asking why, I guess, and who that might be. If you know, give us a call here, please. 618-453-3036. Let's go to the phones right now. They are ringing. Michael's here in Carbondale. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right.
Are you at SIU, Michael?
Yes, I am.
What are you studying?
Mathematics.
Mathematics. Good field to be in.
Yeah, tough one.
Yeah. There's always...
I should be studying for qualifying exams, but I'm doing this instead.
Oh, this is much more... This will probably be on the exam.
It might be.
Possibly. Michael, his wife said the worst thing about them was trying to hang pictures. What are we talking about here?
Are you asking about the object or the person?
Object or the person? The person, I guess. Well, if you know the object, you know the person. Let's put it that way.
Oh. I'm having trouble with either one, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we qualified that. Former Carbondale resident, quite a famous individual. His wife had a lot of trouble hanging pictures because of all of his fabulous work. That was the only drawback to what he was doing. Any idea what I'm talking about?
Could he have been a painter of some kind?
He could have been, but that's not his most famous role, I guess. I guess, Michael, I have to call time on this. You want to take a stab at who it might be, or?
No.
Okay. Thanks for trying, Michael.
All right, thanks a lot.
Back to studying, more important anyway, really. We're going to Bubba.
Hey.
How you doing, Bubba?
Fine.
Is Bubba your given name?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Tim.
Ted? Tim. Okay. Bubba, what do you do in life?
Huh? I work at Arnold's Market.
Arnold's Market, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm the meat beautification expert.
I'm sorry?
I'm the meat beautification expert.
The meat beautification?
Expert.
I like that job description. Well, Bubba, the worst thing about this was trying to hang pictures of the things that he made. Who is he and what did he make?
Bucky Fuller.
Bucky Fuller is right. Bubba, meat beautification expert. You qualify for the quiz. Congratulations. And, of course, he made the geodesic domes.
Right.
Yeah. And, Bubba, meat beautification involves, like, what technique is your favorite technique?
I just hack them up.
Hack them up. Hack them up and put them in those little trays that absorb a lot of the juice that comes out.
That's right.
Yeah, and they look fine. Put a sprig of parsley on there.
Right, make it look good.
Sounds good. Bubba, this is Carol.
Hi, Bubba.
Hi.
She's a Frolickstein.
You know, they're never going to believe, ever, that I was on the What Do You Know quiz playing with a guy named Bubba.
Well, Bubba hardly believes in himself, do you?
That's right.
Are you working today? You're not at the...
Yeah, I'm at work.
You're at Arnold's right
Better
now?
not say that too loud.
Shouldn't you be hacking meat? Or
Well, you know, sometimes you got to do some other things.
Yeah, okay. So, does the boss mind, or are you the boss?
I don't know. I hope he don't mind.
No, I'm sure you could explain it to him. Right?
I hope.
All right, Bubba, you know how this works. You and Carol collaborate.
Okay.
And if you get 3 right out of 5, you win fabulous prizes. Jim Packard, what are those division labels?
Those categories.
Categories.
Events, people, places, things you should have learned in school had you been paying attention, science, or odds and ends.
All right, Bubba, you pick the first one because you're working right now.
What are they again?
Jim Packard, what are those question category labels?
Current events, people, places, school, science, odds and ends.
Odds and ends.
Odds and ends could be anything. All right, may a SIUC dog mascot lift his leg to protest a call during a sporting event?
No.
Well, I'll defer to you on this one, Bubba.
That's right, no, that has been banned according to the SIUC dog mascot trainer.
All right.
They are no longer allowed to do that. A former very popular move. Jim?
That's one right, no wrong.
All right, you're not translating all these little asides that I'm making, all right? We're getting simultaneous translation here. And well, we have someone here who's on stage who's doing the sign language while I'm speaking.
Okay.
And make sure you get all the stuff. Shochenad, Marom, Kadosh, Shemo.
Baruch Atal.
Yeah, Baruch. Okay. She's missing a lot of this stuff. I don't know what it is. Okay, so Jim, I'm sorry, what did you say
One
it
right,
was?
no wrong.
One right and no wrong. You're on the road to success here. And Carol, you pick one.
Current events, people, places, school, or science.
People, okay. All right. All right, Dateline Carbondale. According to a recent survey, non-athletic college students average 4.12 drinks per week. How many do college athletes consume? Is it 7.34, 9.13, or 11.11? That's their blood alcohol content at that point, I believe. 11%.
Well, I'm going to go with C, 11.11, no doubt.
You're going with the highest one?
Yeah.
11.1?
No, the audience doesn't like
Bubba,
it.
you have a feeling on this?
I want to say 7. The 7 one.
I'm sorry?
The 7.
7.34, and Bubba,
7.34, yeah.
what's your thinking?
I'm going to say, 7.34.
Okay. So there's no thinking behind it. You just have a feeling about it. Okay.
You know, they got to drink a little more. They're bigger.
Bubba, you got more applause for the 7 than I did for my 11. Maybe it shows a little bias on my part, so... Okay, I'll go with what he says.
7.34. So it's almost double. That last 3/4 of the drink is what does it to you, I think. And Jim?
2 right, no wrong.
2 right and no wrong. Okay, so really you're doing quite well here. Back to Bubba for one of these.
Current events, places, school, or science.
Current events.
If he only works well under pressure, his career might well be ruined by the foreign minister's remarks. Who am I referring to? Someone in the news? Famous individual? Yes. If he only works well under pressure, his career, as an author, I might add, might be ruined by the foreign minister's remarks. Who am I referring to? Someone in the news?
Any multiple choice?
No,
options?
something I probably should have seen in the news. Made
I have
headlines
little
everywhere.
kids. Do I read the paper?
You can't blame them for everything, you know. I mean, I understand.
Salmon Rusty.
Salmon Rusty is right.
See, and I had the gall to, like, sort of make fun of a guy named Bubba.
Yeah, this guy's a
So far,
shark.
he's got all three.
We is smart over here.
That's the motto there at Arnold's. We smart over here. That's let us beautify your meats.
That's right.
Yeah. What's on special there today, Bubba?
Top sirloin.
Top
Steak.
sirloin. Okay, hacked by the man himself there.
That's right.
Well, you guys, you know, you've actually won the quiz. You could quit now, or Jim, what could they do?
Well, Carol and Bubba, you could stop here and collect your prize, or you can go out and try for the mother load. All you have to do is answer 2 more questions from
Let's
our
go for it.
3 main categories.
For the mother load.
All right, Jim, what remains?
We have places, school, or science.
Places, school, or science. Carol, I guess.
Places.
Places, okay. All right. What major sporting event in DuQuoin? DuQuoin. Yeah, I got it right the last time. DuQuoin.
Major sporting event?
Wait a
The
minute.
ham? Oh.
Wait a minute. Let me
Okay.
finish the question.
All right.
Take 2. What major sporting event in DuQuoin resulted in 46 citations for squealing tires?
Street Machine Nationals.
What did he say?
Do you want to go along with that?
Oh, yep.
Yes,
You bet.
that's right. The Street Machine National. Go figure. Squealing tires at the Street Machine Nationals. You know. Also 30 speeding tickets, 52 seatbelt violations, and 15 public indecency, which means you got sometimes when you got to go, you got to go. I mean,
That's
let's face
right.
it. No way around that.
But wasn't there a major horse race that was always held into Hamiltonian?
Hamiltonian.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we're not
before you
talking
finish
about-
the question, that's what I
That's
learned.
what I was thinking.
Wasn't squealing hoofs, though.
My mother
All right,
got run over by
no
a
wrong.
All right, this is the deciding question. Let's see what's left here, Jim.
School or science.
Bubba?
Science.
Science. What percentage of mated birds are seeing someone else?
Say that
Surprising.
again?
Surprising. What percentage of mated birds, birds who have mates, are actually seeing another bird? In this surprising result. Is it 25, 50, or 90%?
90%.
Go for it.
Bubba, how do you know that?
I read it in yesterday's paper.
It was. It's from yesterday's paper. What a guy.
I can read.
What do they want, Jim?
Bubba, if you're ever feeling old, cheer up looking at a 100-million-year-old agatized dinosaur bone from Allen Stuck Studios of Macanda while swilling a splendid bottle of wine from the Von Jacob Vineyard and Winery of Pomona, Illinois. Then stretch out on a rug hand-woven by Anita Hayden from the Southern Sisters of Macanda. Learn the state capital of Illinois and all of the other states in 20 minutes with the book Yo Sacramento from Goodwood Press, and create a capital sensation wearing that genuine Michael Feldman What Do You Know t-shirt with the Trey Chic designer logo. Carol, you've won the bounteous Boca Burger barbecue bundle, everything from the genuine Weber grill and the bundle of Boca Burgers to an apron and hand-saving cooking mitts, and the meatless Boca Burger people. For more grilling ideas, a collection of barbecue cookbooks, including K. Queen's, Hooked on Fish on the Grill and Vegetables on the Grill from Kansas City's Peak Out Publications. Step out in a bright blue and yellow Moonstar hat from Macanda's Molly Terrenson. Discover all of the wonders of the heavens with his subscription to the magazine Astronomy from Kalmbach Publishing. And do all of that stargazing wearing a Michael Feldman What Do You Know cap and galactic beige. Congratulations to you.
Hey, Bubba.
Hey, we did it!
For a catalog of What Do You Know related items, stop by Not Much Shopping at notmuch.com or call our hotline during the week at 1-800-942-5669 and leave your name and address. Michael Feldman's What Do You Know is produced by Wisconsin Public Radio for Public Radio International. Michael Feldman, producer international. This is PRI, Public Radio International. From Shryock Auditorium in Carbondale, Illinois, it's Michael Feldman's What Do You Know from PRI, Public Radio International. That's John Tulane at the piano, Jeff Eccles on bass, Dave Bayless on drums, and I'm Jim Packard. In this hour of What Do You Know, Cobden Museum curator Patrick Brumleve, Guy and Paul Rinzaglia of the Alto Vineyards, special musical guest Liesl Schoenberger and the What Do You Know quiz. Support for What Do You Know comes from Public Radio International affiliate stations and the Public Radio International Program Fund. Support is also provided by Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, home to St. Louis football great Jim Hart, and the SIUCs. Their traditions of academic excellence and access can bring success to your future. And by SIUC's Office of Economic and Regional Development, assisting businesses with startup and expansion. For information, call 618-536-4451 or visit their website at www.siu.edu. Now, the man who'd rather be out at the Bass Classic, throwing another big one in the live well, Michael Feldman.
Thank you. Great to be here in Carbondale, and you're a great audience, and enjoying being in town. We rated the Copper Dragon.
Copper Dragon.
Last night. Great place.
Wonderful.
Really kind of cool. A converted theater. Excellent idea. Good food. Enjoyed that. And actually, I noticed there's been a lot of conversion of facilities here from one thing to another in town, it seems. But I do have some reservations about actually scuba diving in the filtration tanks. And I think we should examine this a little more closely. I just wanted to mention it to you before we go on. Here's a young woman who's 14 years old, and she's won just a mass of awards across the country. You're trained, Lisa, you were trained classically to begin with?
Right. I started when I was 2.5.
So 2.5, you did Suzuki. She plays fiddle and violin. Some people think it's the same thing. It's not. They're two different things. One's a fiddle, one's a violin. And would you welcome, please, Liesl Schoenberger. Liesel. So is it hard to shift gears from classical to playing country fiddle?
Not really. It's just you have to change your mindset. But
Yeah.
other than that, playing the same instrument, it's basically the same thing, except you're just a little bit different music.
Well, I'm wondering, when you have your classical teachers and they know you're doing country, are they sort of aghast that you're doing fiddling too on the same instrument?
Not really. They're pretty used to it by now.
They're used to you by now.
Yeah.
But did you know at 2.5 that this is what you wanted to play?
I didn't know what I was doing at 2.5. My parents just kind of basically handed me the violin and said, "Here you go," and I said, "Okay." So that's basically how I got started.
Yeah. They're musical too?
No. No, my dad can play the radio, but that's about it.
That's it. Well, that's a talent too, I guess.
Yeah, if he doesn't get static. Yeah.
Grandparents are musical? There must be a gene for it somewhere.
My grandparents played organ, piano, but not really based like a career or anything. But they did sing, and they were very musical in that perspective.
And how many miles have you put on your van traveling to musical events?
I have no idea. Too many to count.
Like 140,000 I saw in the paper, something like that.
Yeah.
You do a lot of traveling to do this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does it get in the way of your studies at school?
Well, it does, but I can handle it pretty well. I've been doing this for 5 years, so I'm pretty used to it.
But are you looking for a career in music?
Probably a career. I won't stop it. I don't know if it'll be my lifetime goal, but no, it'll always be there.
Oh, that's great, Lisa. Let's join us. Let's introduce here. You got Kevin Liley here playing guitar with you.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Great job. Kevin, great to have you here. Got another number for us?
Yeah, I sure do. This is one of my winning competition pieces. It's called Tom and Jerry.
Liesel Schoenberg. Liesel Schoenberger. Fantastic. So you think her parents are proud or what? You know, I'm gonna go back and make Ellie take piano again. She lasted about 6 weeks. what to do in the area. There's so much to do in the area. Of course, the Shawnee National Forest here, a lot of recreation. There's tremendous things to do in the area. One thing, if you're a museum person, you might want to stop at the Cobden Museum. Patrick Brumleve is here with me from the Cobden. He's the curator out there. Patrick, where is the Cobden Museum?
Cobden is 16 miles south of Carbondale.
16 miles south, okay. And what is Cobden noted for?
Oh, yeah, Fuzzies, the tavern's there.
Fuzzies?
Yeah, Fuzzies.
What do they serve there? I mean, what's the house drink there?
Just about whatever you want, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Cobden is fruit country. The railroad runs through it, and it was known as a railroad stop for several years until the train stopped coming through.
Did the train start going around it at a certain point? Or?
Yeah, well, I meant stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Fruits and orchards, very much known popular there, like the school team's called the Apple Knockers.
The Apple Knockers, that's right. Are they still knocking apples down there?
Oh, very much.
Yeah. And see, it's in the season right now. Didn't they just have the Apple Festival? Is that in Cobden? Or?
No, Cobden has the Peach Festival.
The Peach Festival.
Murfreesboro has the Apple Festival.
Okay.
So we spread our fruit around.
We spread our fruit around. Now, there's another saying, if I ever heard one. We're getting a lot of sayings on today's show. Well, that sounds good. And now the Cobden Museum, does it stick with Cobden history, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually Union County history. I'm president of the Union County Historical Society, so I'm very interested in preserving anything dealing with Union County.
Yeah. And such things, someone said gopher teeth. I mean, is that?
Yeah, that's this one item over here.
Oh, yes, there's the gopher with the teeth. It's a groundhog.
Yeah, the groundhog. This is another one that we found where the teeth have actually grown through the skull.
Oh, man. I hate it when that happens. You know, a little dental care would have prevented this.
Very much so.
Because they keep growing on those rodents, don't they?
Right.
They come actually right through the skull. Is this a big favorite at the museum?
Very much so. That was, in my case, with stuffed animals. I have snakes and birds and things like that. And the kids really love looking at that stuff.
Yeah. Any live animals? Or?
No, they're all dead.
Yeah, okay. That's a museum. I guess that makes sense.
Yes.
It would be a zoo otherwise. And that one there is mounted by Jack Etherton.
Yeah, Etherton.
Yeah. And killed by Betty Harrell.
Yes, a local person. She killed it in Cobden.
Yeah. She kills him, he mounts him. What a good relationship that must be. That's cool. Okay, and what else? Yeah.
One of the other favorites is Smilin' Sam from Alabama.
Smilin' Sam from Alabama, and this is the Peanut Man.
Yes, it is. You can pull on the tongue.
You pull on, does this still work?
I don't have peanuts in it, but the tongue does come out.
Oh, yeah. You pull on the tongue and then...
Yep. There's a hole there where the peanuts would come out. You put your hand underneath and pull, and you get a handful of peanuts for a penny.
So that was a penny peanut machine. Were these common in this area? Or?
No, not really. It's a pretty rare piece.
Yeah. Where'd you get something like that?
About like most of everything in the museum. People just loaned and donated things. It was started by my grandfather in 1961, along with his brother and another gentleman in Cobden.
Yeah.
And they were all lifelong citizens. And so when the word got out that they were going to develop a museum based on the Native American Indian artifacts that they found, a lot of people just brought in all what they thought was junk.
Yeah, who brought this in? Who brought in Sam?
Don't remember.
Sam the Peanut Man. That's quite a little thing now.
Yeah, it is.
Quite a big thing, actually.
Yes, it is. I have a collector that keeps saying, if you ever want to get rid of that, you let me know.
Yeah, right. You know what that means.
Yes.
That's worth big money.
Yes.
Don't sell it for peanuts, whatever you do.
No.
Now, you have some weapons here, right?
Yes. This is a pair of French dueling pistols that came from my great-great-grandfather. He brought them over from France.
Just in case you want to get involved, some argument, basically.
Right. That way they could settle it.
Uh-huh. These are dueling pistols.
Mm-hmm.
One shot.
Yeah, one shot each.
That's all you get. Were they ever used?
I don't know. The story is that they were his father's, and if they were ever actually used, I don't know. But probably pretty good chance if they were.
No, that's all right. In case you never know.
Loaded.
You never know, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your family's French?
On my mother's side.
On your mother's side.
Yeah. My dad's side, German.
Well,
so
it happens. It even happens in Europe. It can happen here too. And then yes.
This is a very interesting piece. It's made by the Kirkpatrick Pottery, which was operated in Anna, and it's a nude woman pipe.
It is, actually.
Yeah, I call it my Bill Clinton pipe now.
Yeah. It's a very nice piece.
Yeah, I think Bill would like it very much.
What was smoked in these? Is this actually a tobacco pipe?
Yeah, it was a tobacco pipe. I think it was more ornamental than anything.
Yeah. What do you want for this?
Sorry. But I think what's interesting is they have little areas etched into it, and across her breast they etched in the words Black Hills.
Oh, yeah? I don't... Oh, yeah, you're right, really. Very nice. It's like a souvenir, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a weird sense of humor.
I guess so, yes. Very, very attractive little pipe there.
In the back there, if you want to grab that in the book, that's made out of hair.
This is all hair?
Yeah, this is a brooch and an ear bob, of human hair. This was something very popular to do around the late 1800s to make decorations from human hair. When women comb out their hair, they saved it. And,
so this would be a human using his own hair?
Right,
or her
right.
own hair.
Yeah, most cases female.
Yeah.
And then
well, how do you weave something like that?
I really don't know.
Small work. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a very interesting item.
Yeah.
And then the book there is a album of hair that apparently, hair album.
I'll let you open it.
That the
Oh.
family members, I guess, when they were children, would snip a locket of hair and paste it in the book.
It's shedding in some places.
Yeah.
That's
and I guess, with the...
I'm having an emotion here looking at this. I don't usually have them. I feel it's kind of sad because it's a hair. This goes way back, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure all these people are dead now, and with
the hair is still in the book, isn't it?
With cloning, I guess we could, maybe try to clone these people or something now.
Yeah. Well, look at here. You're George, born 1852. A little hair left there, and that's all we leave behind. The little things, little samples in a hair book, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of sad. Nice heirloom. That's the... Who said that? Very good. Thank you. I was looking for a way out of this. I was just having 2 moments. Really quite a beautiful little book. Is that a common thing for people to do
yes, it
keep
was,
albums of hair?
Yeah, it was. And I think people still kind of, their baby or whatever, they'll
Yeah,
snip a little locket of hair
I've
and
done
keep
that,
it.
and I can't look at it without going, oh, my baby's hair,